So I just mutilated it. Oh gosh, that was a bad idea. Oh my goodness, what have I done? What have I done? I'm back, and today I'm going to show you how to make some super cute, really easy, inexpensive wreaths. Now these ones are all going to be Easter themed because that is the holiday that's approaching, but if you swap out the ribbon or any accessories you choose to add, you can make it suit any theme you want, making it not only fun, but very versatile in the decorative house space. And to kick things off, I think we're gonna start with a classic fluffy white bunny. So to make this wreath, you're only gonna need 5 different materials, all of which can be purchased at the dollar store, and it will cost even less if you have some of this stuff around the house. First thing you're gonna need is a wire wreath frame, and I picked this one up for $1.75. Next, you're gonna need a pair of super cute bunny ears attached to a headband. And while there are so many different places you can buy these, like I said, I've gotten everything that I'm using today at the dollar store, which I highly recommend because not only will it be super affordable, but they also offer a variety of textures like felt, fur, and sequins. But as you can see, I've gone with white today because I'm making a more traditional bunny look to my wreath, but I did make sure to grab this pair that had a super cute little hat attached. It was only $2.50. How could I say no? Next up, we're gonna need 2 of these bad boys, which is Red Heart Pompadoodle yarn, although I'm not really sure you can call it yarn. It's more like pom-poms and thin rope. Regardless, it's super cute. Obviously, I'm using white because I'm making a white bunny, and I picked these up at the dollar store as well for $4 a piece. And finally, you're gonna need some zip ties, and I picked up this 40 pack for $1, and I chose to go with white so that I can use them for any project my heart desires once I'm done here today. So in total, that makes this wreath only $13.25, which is excellent. And of course, if you choose to, you can add other decorations later, but first you're gonna need a wreath to add them to. So let's remove all this packaging and get started. Step 1, you're gonna take your headband and between 2 to 4 zip ties, depending on how stubborn the plastic is, and basically you're gonna secure each side stretched open with the zip ties along the top of your wire frame. This could be easier if you had somebody to help you, but since I don't, I'm just gonna struggle along as I do, making life difficult for myself. But guess what? Nobody gets to be part of my success. No, this is all me, baby. All day, all the time, just keeping it real. Do you love how I'm just talking through the struggle like it makes it any better? I'm just gonna use my body to hold it in place. Stop being difficult. Stay, stay, stay. Aw, yeah, she's getting it. Oh, it moved. Hold on. Like I said, she's getting it. Stay there, stay there, stay there. Why do I feel like this is gonna attack me like a slap bracelet? Do you love how I'm giving out instructions right now as though I've already done this successfully, but this is legit my first attempt? And it's okay. It's okay. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. Okay, yeah, definitely it's gonna need more than 2. What? For real? Let me just fix that. Hold on. Love a good, well-practiced tutorial, don't you? Oh my goodness. Life is what you make it. So let's make it rock. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, so. Oh, we're moving along. When I said it would take 2 to 4, I'm gonna lean towards 4. And although it would totally be enough, I think I'm gonna go with 2 more just for safekeeping because you never know. There we go. Now I'm just gonna tighten them all to make sure they're nice and secure, and then I can cut off the excess. And now we've got something that looks like this. All right, next step is technically the last one if you don't plan on adding a tail or feet, but if you do, then this is step 2. So to get started, I'm gonna take the end of my yarn, this first pom-pom here, and tuck it underneath my bunny's hat. I'm just gonna pull this pom-pom through and tie it in a knot with the rest of the yarn. And then all you gotta do is wrap your frame up completely so you have a nice full fuzzy bunny body essentially. And there are a few different ways you can do this. You're definitely going to find one that works better for you. You could just wrap the entire thing in and out over and over, but you'll find that because there's more rope than pom-poms, it will end up looking really weird and scattered, and you're just going to have to stick with it until it eventually starts to fluff up as you go around again with more and more yarn and eventually add your second ball. Or if we take this out, you could potentially do the same thing thing, except whenever you find it's starting to look bare and the pom-pom is on the back, you could stick it through the frame so it gets its way to the front. Once again, this is going to take a little while before it starts to look full. Just make sure you continue to bunch up the yarn and pom-poms so it looks full faster. And the last option would be to take your time and wrap using a hook and loop method, where you make a loop with the rope section, pop your pom-pom underneath your wire frame, and then stick it through your loop. This one will probably take the longest amount of time, but I think it gives the best results. So go with whatever method you prefer, and in the end, you'll have a nice full bunny body in hoop form. And I've gone around the outside of my wreath, and now I'm going to go on the inside. Yes, in the same fashion, but I lost the start of the yarn. Oh, I found it. All right, and continue. And it's going to be time consuming. It's been very time consuming this whole time, in fact, but it's going to be worth it. Like CoverGirl, you're worth it. That's what I'm going with. Anytime I make these little loops too, which you also can't see, I'm kind of just looping them over each other so that it makes it nice and tight and full instead of sparse and spread apart. And here is the finished product. How adorable is this, right? Oh my goodness. Well, I mean, if the hat would stay down, but yeah, super cute. I was planning to add a tail and feet, but not only do they get lost in the white, like you can barely see them there, but it occurs to me that we've got the inside of the bunny's ears here, meaning he's facing us. Yes, it's a he. I decided it was. All the bunnies are he's, okay? Anyways, we're looking at the bunny, and that means we wouldn't be seeing his upside down feet and little bunny tail down here. Maybe the feet, I mean, he could just be like lifting his paws up, but as for the rest, it just doesn't make sense. You wouldn't see his face and his bum at the same time unless he's like this and like curled up. It's just not for me, okay? So I'm gonna leave it like this because I think it's perfect as is, although I might tack down the hat so that it looks cute and stay downy, you know? But anyways, yes, that's it for the first wreath. And do you see how easy it was to get it done once you get the hang of making those knots? Honestly, that's the toughest part, but it is still easy enough that I was able to show my kids how to make them, and now we're all on a roll making wreaths for family and friends. This is actually the second one that I made that looks like this, because I gave the first one to my mother-in-law. And then we made a pink hat version, except this one's got a bit of extra color in the form of little baby carrots, because we wanted to see what it would look like with a bit of decoration, especially since the feet and tail failed us. I think it turned out really well though. In truth, we have gone a little fluffy crazy over here because as you can see, I've got myself a nice mixed blue bunny, and we're in the middle of making a mixed purple bunny. So if it's done by the time I'm done editing this video, I'll be sure to show you guys. And then we've made a different type of yarned loopy one, which was actually a different process. And you know what? I did film this one, so I'll be sure to include it just in case this is the only kind of yarn that you're able to find. But you will notice that I show you how to attach this little tail here using a scrunchie and a no-sew, no-glue method. However, I will be removing this and adding some little feeties instead, even though they kind of blend in, because one, I really want feet, and like I said, tails just don't make sense when the bunny is looking at you. So yeah, I will include that, and I'm gonna leave the steps on there to show you how to attach these without glue or sewing, but I'm not gonna be keeping it. I do plan on taking the tail off. But yeah, that's the little gray bunny. So for materials, we're gonna be using the same wire wreath frame, once again, $1.75. A fuzzy gray pair of bunny ears this time. They have silk lining inside. I love how it feels. And they were $2. And then for yarn, we're gonna be using Red Heart Loop It Finger Looping Fun in a gray color. Once again, these were $4 each at the dollar store. Hopefully 2 balls is gonna be enough because that's all I bought. And this time around, I am gonna be adding a tail. So I picked up these scrunchies because I couldn't find any little pom-poms or keychains to use that would look good with this color. But this nice crushed velvet one here, I think it would look really good, and it also matches the ears pretty well, so we're gonna go with that. And of course, we're gonna be using zip ties to hold everything together. And if fate is on my side and I could find the gray felt today, we can add some feet. So just like before, I'm gonna go ahead and remove all the tags and everything so that we can zip tie our ears to the frame. But first we need to perform some surgery because this tag is glued to my bunny ears. Who does that? Not cool. Problem solved. All right, as I was saying, just like before, we're gonna zip tie our bunny ears to the frame. And guys, these ones have wires, so I can actually pose the ears. So cute. If you see my watch lighting up, it's because I got a lot of notifications coming through. I just posted on Instagram, I'm popular. Oh my goodness. If it's you messaging me, then hey! Shout out to Nate Turd the Third and Teddy Bears Bears. All right, back to this. Oh gosh. You know what? I'm gonna do it from the back again this time because it worked out really well to prevent myself from getting stabbed by the sharp excess from the zip tie. So I used 6 zip ties to make sure it's nice and secure, and now I'm just gonna trim away the excess. And there we go. Ta-da! Super cute. I know, right? All right, and now time for our yarn. Where's the beginning of it? Hold on. Hopefully this one is a lot easier to work with than that Pompadoodle one, I think is what it was called. Because usually, I would suggest just wrapping your yarn repeatedly around the frame. Where is this starting? Oh my gosh. But the problem with that Pompadoodle one, once again, if that's what it was called, is that it left too many gaps and it would take forever to have it work. So the best thing I could come up with was to kind of knot it around itself. There we go. I don't know where it was. So I just mutilated it. Oh gosh, that was a bad idea. Oh my goodness, what have I done? What have I done? Please stand by. Oh, never mind. I found it. I mean, I made a really big mess, but we got it. But to get things started, I'm actually just going to cut a little gray piece of pipe cleaner so I can attach the yarn to the frame and go from there. And realistically, all I would suggest is to weave it repeatedly around. But you know what? I really don't like the wastefulness of having it on the back where nobody's going to see. So I actually think, hear me out here, that it would be better to cut lengths of it actually and just weave it in and out in smaller batches, securing the ends with the pipe cleaner. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. If you couldn't tell, I'm making this up as I go, guys, so hopefully it works out. So yeah, I'm just gonna weave it in and out. That's a good plan, isn't it? I'm just talking to myself like you're telling me, yeah, Jen, that is a great plan. Oh my gosh, so proud of you for coming up with that. You're the first person to ever do it. What a genius you are. I know, you're welcome. I mean, no, I know, thank you. Anyways, yeah, so I'm just gonna do this, and like I said, I'll add a piece of pipe cleaner to attach the yarn to the frame whenever I've run out, and then just continued on my merry way, weaving in and out between the bars. And eventually it starts to look curly and full, but this is a good time to let you know that a lot of the yarn actually just ends up on the bottom. So in order to make sure it's nice and full, I just poke it through to the top. No big deal. And this one has come along a lot faster, by the way, than the white one did, because I don't have to tie any knots. It's a lot simpler. So yeah, on to the weaving. Let's see how that progresses, shall we? Okay, so this is how far I got using only one ball of the yarn, and darn it if it wasn't almost perfect. I could have made a whole second bunny, but sadly, no, I cannot. So I'm gonna go ahead and open the second package just to finish up this wreath, and then I'm just gonna have to find another purpose for the rest of this yarn, because it feels really nice. Where is the end of it? You know what? Could be a dust bunny. I don't know where it is. Ah, come on. Wait. There we go. Alrighty. I think probably 1 or 2 more pieces will be all I need to finish this. So let's just get it done. So I have finished. I've completely filled up the wreath. Now I just need to flip it over and push all these little loops through so it looks nice and full in the front. Dun, 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 dun. I'm so excited. And here it is. Ooh, it's so cute. Oh my gosh. But you know what? This time around, we are not done because we are gonna add a little bunny tail and some feet. I just gotta find that felt. So we're gonna take our scrunchie. And I mean, we could probably just squish it up like that. That looks really cute, doesn't it? Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna take my scrunchie and I'm just gonna find the area where it is stitched together and make a little hole, hopefully not ruining it. I'm gonna pull it open. I'm gonna find this elastic band and pull it almost completely tight so it's nice and scrunched together until I find a shape that I like. It's kind of creating our own little crushed pom-pom. Then I'm gonna cut the band and tie it in a new knot right down at the base so that it holds that new shape that we made. Perfect. Now I just gotta find where I like it on my wreath. It's gonna be right here at the bottom center. And I'm just gonna fish those pieces of elastic through the fluff to the other side. Just gonna flip it over and tie it in place. Handy little attachment we've got here. Wow, that was easy. It is a little small, which is unfortunate, but if I do find another one of this exact same scrunchie at the dollar store, I'll be sure to pick it up and put it right beside it so it looks a bit fuller. But for now, it looks great, kinda. And there you go, folks. Pretend you haven't seen it yet, but this is the completed project. But keep in mind, I will be removing the tail that you can't really see anyways, and adding some little feeties. So cute. Now our next wreath is going to be a bit higher of a difficulty level, but still easy enough that they can be whipped up in under 3 hours once you've got the hang of it. And this one has a lot of color, so yeah, let's get started. So to kick things off, of course, we're going to need our wreath frame. And once again, I'm going to be using the $1.75 variety from my local store. However, although the first wreath didn't matter so much what kind of base you started with, this one here does require the use of all of these thin wires, so it is important that you get one that looks as close to this as possible if you want to make the type of wreath we're making now. Next up, you're gonna need some pipe cleaners, so I bought this bag of 450 pieces for $3, and it was essential for me because I wasted all of my pipe cleaners over the holidays with our crafting, so I definitely needed to buy some new ones. But basically, if you've got some lying around, you are good to go. Just cut them all into about 5-inch pieces so that you can use them to wrap around these wires. See why I said it was going to be important? And of course, since we're making a new bunny wreath, we cannot continue without some lovely ears. This time I've chosen a fuzzy white pair with pastel sequined rainbows for the intersection of the ears, and I think this is going to look really cute once we start adding all of the colors. Speaking of which, we're going to need some of that, aren't we? Which is why I've picked up these brightly colored rolls of Easter mesh, I guess they are. We've got green, pink, purple, yellow, whoop, stop. Okay, yeah, just chill over there, great. And blue, and all of these have 18 feet of fabric that we can use, costing $1.50 per roll, which is excellent. Also, I'm not sure if it shows up very well on camera, but they have a nice little bit of tinsel kind of just added through the mesh there. Why am I even still trying to fix this? I don't know. I give up. Let's just stack them. Nope, that's not stacking. Let's just make them stand up nice and tall. Is this working for us? Sure. Next, I have some wire Easter theme ribbons covered in oodles of little Easter eggs. I think they're super cute and will look nice mixed in with all of these colors here. By the way, each of these smaller rolls were $1.25 a piece, and hopefully once all of this stuff is bundled, it'll be enough to fill this wreath. At the point of filming, I don't know yet, so let's move all of this stuff out of the way and get started. Okay, step one is going to be the exact same as before. We're just going to cut the tag off of our frame, whatever one you're using, as well as our bunny ears, and then struggle to zip tie it to the top. And as we've learned, it's definitely going to take a minimum of at least 4 zip ties. But because this one here doesn't have a hat on top, I actually have a good space to attach one to the center as well. So you know what? We're going to go with a minimum of 5. Wow. Amazing. And I'm going to make sure this time that the part we end up leaving behind is at the back of the wreath because, guys, I legit hurt myself every time I knotted those pom-poms and my knuckles brushed the leftover bits of the zip ties. So yeah, we're going to make sure to do it on the back this time. Live and learn. Look at us. What did you do today? Oh, I just attached a bunny to a wire. No big deal. No big deal. All right, there we go. Look at us, able to touch the top freely without hurting ourselves. Wow, I'm so impressed. Yes. Now all we gotta do is snip the backs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Step 1 and 2 complete. Next, we're gonna tackle the bundles, the color, the frill that is this wreath. You're also gonna take the time to cut about 15 pipe cleaners in half if you have long ones, or if you're using shorter ones like me, you can just go ahead and pick out 30. And it really doesn't matter what color they are since they're gonna be pretty well hidden beneath the mesh, but if you are worried that they're gonna show through, then pick some light colors or those that match your wreath. There we go. So I have my 30 pieces. And now I've got all this for next year, I guess. Next, you're gonna get yourself a ruler or a mat that happens to have a ruler because my kids stole mine, and you're gonna set off making your strips of mesh so that they're ready to use when it's time to form your bundles. And this is super easy. All we're gonna do is cut each one into lengths of 7 inches. And you're gonna repeat that over and over until each and every roll runs out, repeating the process with every color you have. Oh, and don't forget to get your decorative ribbons in there as well. The goal here is to just have stacks and stacks of colorful mesh and ribbons in 7-inch strips so that you don't need to stop and do all of this while you're making each bundle. We're gonna streamline ourselves for success. And just like that, my 5 colors of nice vibrant mesh are cut into 7-inch strips along with my decorative ribbon, which I'm just leaving off to the side. So all you're gonna need to do is grab 4 pieces in whatever colors you choose. So they could be all completely different or doubled up, like 2 blues to 1 purple and 1 green. Whatever you want. Roll them up into little taquitos, and you can do tight or loose rolls. It just depends on how full you want your wreath to look in the end. I'm going with loose right now. So I'm just rolling each one up, placing them in between your fingers here to hold the shape while you move on, and stacking them on top of each other like so. Super pretty. Then once I've got all four, I'm going to take my pipe cleaner, fold it in half just so you can have the middle there, and then slide it right alongside your fingers around your mesh and give it a nice little twist. And just like that, you've got your first little bundle. Literally, guys, that is all. All you got to do now is leave this off to the side and make 29 more. But don't forget to mix up the colors. It could totally be the same for every bundle if you'd like, but I think it looks really nice when you have a random variety. And don't forget to add some decorative ribbon if you've cut those up as well. Yes, it's gonna take a while, and in the end, you should have at least 30. So get yourself a cup of coffee or tea, play some music, and just, get to work. Alright, as you can see, my frame and bunny ears are in fact back, and I have all my mesh done. I've got 30 bundles here and leftover mesh sections, which means if these aren't enough to fill my frame somehow, I can actually still make some more. But to be honest, I can't make anything with this mess in the way. Alright, but for real, it is time to decorate our wreath here. So I'm going to start by flipping it over and quickly giving you a rundown. So as you can see, because I'm using the wire frame here, I have 4 lines of wire going around the entire thing, with 6 different sections going across, kind of creating segments. So I've already attached one here just so you can see what it looks like after I'm done. But basically, you're going to be taking your bundle and separating your little pipe cleaner prongs. Basically, we're sticking it through the top and the bottom and twisting around this center section here. Then give it a good twist and then pull your bundles down so they start to bunch up. And that's literally it, guys. And this is all you have to do the full way around. The only difference is going to be when you get to one of these cross sections where it's sort of turning it into a segment. Might be a little hard to see down here, so I'm going to go over here to show you what I mean. So you're still going to be going through and wrapping around the 2 middle ones, except you're going to go in diagonally so that you end up trapping the cross beam there in with everything else, creating sort of like an anchor point, so you know that your little bundle isn't going to move around on you. Now it can't slide up or down. You know what I mean? But look how cute that is. Oh my gosh, I love it so much. Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and finish filling this in. It looks so flipping adorable. I am in love. And I will show you what it looks like when it's done. So I've attached all 30 of the bundles, and now it's time for the reveal. 3, 2, 1. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. I can't even fit it all on camera. I'm definitely gonna have to show it off better in a minute. But first we've got some sprucing up to do. So as you can see, it looks a little bit fuller down here than it does at the top. Maybe it's not obvious to you guys, but it definitely is to me. So I'm going to play around a little bit with my bundles and kind of fluff them up by pulling them forward. Like right now, some of them are stretched out because I was working upside down, obviously. So I'm just going to make them look a little nicer. And also I'm going to fix up those decorative ribbons. Right now they're sort of just sticking out, but because they have wire in them, I'll be able to sort of roll them in on themselves so that they look a little nicer and blend in a bit better without, stabbing me, and also start showing off a bit of those Easter eggs. Like, that's why we added them, right? So let's just make them look pretty. Let's just do it, Let's go all out. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do right now. Oh my gosh, I love it so much. I'm making this up as I go along. Well, I'm not making it up. Like, people have been making wreaths for a while. I've, seen them shared and stuff, and Easter wreaths are very popular, but I've never tried making one, and this is turning out so good, meaning I'm excited right now, okay? Thanks for understanding. I can't even show this off properly, but guys, this is the cutest thing ever. And I'm not gonna lie, I did buy extra things, like little tiny Easter eggs and mini glittery carrots, which, I don't want to touch, but they look super cute, as well as ribbons. But I'm not gonna lie, I don't think this needs it. Like, I can't even add a little cottontail or bunny feet to this because it's already so full and over the top. I even bought huge carrots. Like, this is an extra expense. It's not part of the overall at $1.75, but I bought them. So let's see. Is this too much? I feel like it just gets lost. Maybe I'll have to just add this to the white one. I don't know. I think it's too much. Yeah, I think this is it. I think we're done. I love it. I'm so excited. And here it is, guys, the finished product. How adorable is this? I love it so much. Honestly, so much color. It's super beautiful. Yes, it takes longer. Yes, it makes my hands itchy, but like, it's perfect. The only downside I find to these ones here is that, yes, it does admittedly take quite a bit of time to make them, but that's not it. It's actually that they're so full already that even though I bought so many little accessories like baby carrots and little Easter eggs, they get lost inside when you use this many different colors. It's almost like this is enough as is. But we've definitely learned, because once again, this is easy enough that even a child can do it, that if instead of using a bunch of colors, you choose to just go with 2 or 3, you can definitely add accessories and have them stand out. This one here is my daughter's first wreath. It's just yellow and white, and she's added some little chicky feet, wings, and a head. And because there's only 2 colors here for the most part, we could easily add in little things like Easter eggs and carrots if she should choose to. I'm not gonna mess with it though, that's her hard work and she's proud of it. And on this one here, she's decided to go for green and white, and we actually just stuck a little dollar store picture in the center. It says somebody loves you. But in this one here, although you may not be able to see it, she's also added some little mesh tubes and some little flower ribbons. So it's really, really cute. And like I said, the difficulty level here is not so much that it's hard, it's just more so that it's time consuming. So once you get used to the process, it shouldn't be a problem. In fact, you'll probably have 11 wreaths like I do. Oh, wait, that gives me an idea. If we just pop this in the center, you can easily just spruce up the middle by adding another little picture from the dollar store. This one just says Happy Easter and it's got little chicks there. I mean, cheep, 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 cheep. Okay guys, I had a ton of fun making wreaths with you, and maybe 1 or 10 off camera on my own, but don't judge, okay? It's really fun, and who knows, maybe I've inspired you to pick up the art of wreath making as your new hobby. You don't know until you try, and once you try, you're probably gonna make wreaths all the time just like we do. If you know somebody who would enjoy today's video because maybe they like wreaths, maybe they like color, maybe they like holidays, or making things for friends and strangers, then please share this with them. And if you enjoyed it yourself, then please make sure you remember to comment, like, and subscribe. You can let me know down below what you liked or didn't like about today's video, as well as which wreath was your favorite. I know it's gonna be such a hard choice. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.